Rattleballs. What can you say about a title like that? Rattleballs. I'm not going to forget that title.
It actually makes me think of like an 80s cartoon.
Rattleball? It sounds like a game at like Chuck E. Cheese.
And I can see that too.
You know.
I'm thinking like Street Sharks and Biker Mice from Mars and stuff like that. It's like
Rattleballs.
Yeah, just
No, Ninja Rattleballs. Who like pizza? Because that was a lot of that. No, Robo Ninja Rattleballs. Who like pizza? Anyway, in this episode, eggs. Okay. We'll make eggs the new pizza. I like this. It'll catch on. So this is an episode where Finn is once again obsessed with not necessarily bubblegum, just like the old days of, serving and just doing something, because obviously he's still not over Flame Princess, so he's kind of just hanging out around her a little too obsessively, doing everything for her, so he goes away and he's in this junkyard where he comes across Rattleballs, who is a upside-down gumball machine, and used to be one of the guards for Princess Bubblegum, but they were too good at what they did, so they almost got destroyed, except for him. He got free will and has become not a pacifist, but not as violent. And he's the ultimate sword master, at least he's really good at it. And teaches Finn all sorts of sword stuff for it. Or at least puts him through some things and then throws eggs at him. Because, did you notice there's really no teaching involved at all? Even when he's like, he was like, you will master the ultimate form of, whatever that shadowing or whatever that was. And, he would just disappear and make things explode. And he's just like, now you try. And it's like, he didn't teach him anything. And Finn just goes, He's like, do that every day for 10 years and have a robot body and you will be just like me. So then he goes back to Bubblegum, pretty much tells her about him, because he swears an oath to her. She goes, tried to destroy him, sees that he's not dangerous anymore, so pretends to destroy him, and lets them both pretty much still serve her. I'll just talk about the biggest scene. They really had me for a split second. I thought, she really friggin' killed him at the end. I was just like, holy shit, because we saw her kind of do that before with that one guy when they were stuck in the ditch and they send him out. James. That's right. Yep. They send James out. And how come out of all the names, that's the one I remember? Out of, all the weird, kooky names, I remember James.
Because it's not a kooky name.
Maybe.
And James and the Giant Peach?
No.
Our friend James?
No. James Baxter. I remember that. James Baxter. So maybe that's why I remember it. Because I thought he was back and he wasn't. I want him back. Bring him back. No, don't. It won't be as good. It's, I love the design of this thing, of this gumball, this upside-down gumball machine, because it took me a second to even realize what he was. I recognized the gumballs at the bottom, but I'm like, what a weird design with the arms, and mostly red, a little bit red, and I'm like, oh, it's upside, so I was pretty dumb on that one. But
just that one.
Just that one, not anything else in the show at all. I'm amazing. And, it was definitely a fun episode. I like this guy. I like how just kind of bizarre he is, and everything's sort of like a you think it's going one direction, he'll throw it another way, it is a very long story, which I will tell you right now, and it goes into it. His obsession with throwing eggs is hilarious. And like I said, I just love how he, really never taught him anything. He sort of put him through these obstacles, but he never told him what to learn. And I like the compromise ending. I'm still kind of wondering where they're going with Finn and, the girlfriend area, because at first I was kind of like, oh my god, are we gonna do this again? Trying to get back with Peebles and stuff, but they don't. They make it more like, he's probably trying to think of, the good old days and, just his work and stuff, and he's like, well, that's something, and I used to like her, so maybe they'll kind of replace it a little bit, even if he's not aware of it, that's probably what he's doing, so,
What about his obsession in the graveyard, in the junkyard? with the fake peoples.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, just like, trying to protect her and stuff. And although I guess you could, and getting the 3 weeks for milk. Would he milk a minx? Was that it?
Yeah.
Which was a great cut, because it's like, well, first of all, it's great where it's like, when she says I'm out of milk, he's gonna say, I'm gonna get you milk. I love him running like this the whole time. But then the cut to 3 weeks later, I mean, that's just that's a great edit. And he's gonna have like this kooky story when he comes back. And I love how the milk is only like that big too. It's not even much milk. No, I thought it was fun. I thought it was definitely. I think that's a cool character. I love for him to come back. I think he's funny. It's a fun design, and I thought it was definitely enjoyable.
You don't talk about the tragedy of the Rattleballs in general.
What, just all of them getting
an entire race being destroyed in a matter of seconds.
I've kind of.
Genocide means nothing anymore?
No, it's horrible to say. I've kind of gotten used to it when it comes to peoples. Honestly, I mean, it's just one of those things where it's sort of like... I mean, like I said, on the one hand, it's like, God, it's so cold and dark and calculating stuff. On the other hand, it's like... At least it's a very definite character. Like I said before, she was just sort of generally nice, and now it's like, when I see her, I mean, it's like... I don't see, like, just someone who's, just whatever, I rule kingdom, tee-hee. It's like, she looks like she just always has the weight of the world on her shoulders, and she has to make, like, these really tough choices, so she has to, like, sort of shut off her humanity sometimes, And they've kind of shown you why as well. So a lot of these choices where you're like, dude, that is harsh, what's wrong with you? It sort of shows why in other episodes as well. So even though you don't know all the details, like, when did she start making the people? What's even her grand purpose or whatever? Is it just to repopulate or whatever? But at the same time, you do get the idea that it's like, she does have like this incredible weight on her all the time. So I've kind of gotten used to she's going to have to make this really tough, dark, tragic choice in a matter of a second.
Yeah. Plus, I think a lot of what people forget is, at least with this one, as much as... It depends on how you want to say it. Rattleballs and them were robots. They weren't candy people. They were robots. So how human or alive are they? Well, it's a question that could easily come up, and there could be huge debates over it or whatever, because people are weird that way.
You're bringing it up!
But what I'm saying is that, for me, seeing the whole destruction of the Rattleballs and all that, it was kind of like, okay, they were robots. They did their purpose. They were too good at it. They needed to be taken out.
Well, but I mean, you obviously see, like, him in particular, like, he formed a personality. It's the short circuit thing,
Yeah, exactly.
Out of nowhere, he forms a personality, which I'm always sort of like, I'm really on board for these ideas of, like, what's living, what's not, and, how much artificial intelligence can lead to something living and stuff. But I always have an issue when it's just like, and then life happened. It's like, no, let's do this right. Take like the memory of a person somehow and like put it on a disc and put that disc in a robot. It's like, well, wait a minute, that's the memories of a real person, but the person is dead. What? I mean, it's like something really conflicting like that, not just boom life.
Well, I mean, they kind of actually, I guess you could say they were already building up to it with them. I loved having them outside of this club, almost like a fight club, if you will. Fight club wrestling ring, where there's the one guy who's in half with the cup, looking for a change. And I mean, it already kind of shows that they had a personality outside of just the robotic ways. But then right after that, they are back to the robotic ways of, number ones go up there, number twos stay down here. Done.
Yeah.
Do I think she was cruel? No, not really. She did what was best for the entire kingdom. Could she have reprogrammed him? Possibly.
I was gonna say, if they would follow her to, like, all the ones go over there, all the twos go over there and be crushed, why couldn't she just say, stop being violent? Go grow flowers or something. I don't know. Go help with other things. I mean, it's like, why couldn't she have done that?
Actually, that's a good question. That's actually a good question.
What the hell, Peebles? What the hell? That is the one thing about her character, too, and I don't necessarily blame, like, the character. My guess is it is probably the writing, is that it was the same thing with the James one, where it's like she sabotaged all the plans in order to get this other plan to happen. I'm like, I don't know. It's like the devil's in the details there. It's like, come on, you don't have to do this. There's other ways around this,
Yeah.
But, I mean, I know the idea they're trying to get across and they're trying to emphasize. So it's like, I respect that, but it's always like, but wait a minute, there's about 20 other ways around this, so...
Well, I also think with this one, they were trying to show what Finn was. Following, her 100%.
Well, that's what I was wondering. I was wondering if he was going to see him as, like, a cautionary tale or something like that, but he doesn't seem to. I mean, they're both there hitting their hands on the table now and stuff. I mean, so... Or maybe it's leading to something. I don't know.
I took it as kind of him being like, okay, you could do it 100%, but... At the same time, don't let it rule you.
But does he see that?
I don't know. I guess I'm hoping he did.
Yeah, it's one of those things where
I can't say it was a definite.
Yeah, that's where I thought they were going, but then we see them both kind of doing that. I don't know. It didn't seem like he, nothing sort of
sunk
in there. So I don't know. I mean, I still like it. I think a lot of things with this show, like I said, it's probably not a show where you should focus on the details, really. I mean, even though they have all these little nice touches and continuity and stuff, it's like, there's a million times Jay could have turned into whatever and gotten out. I mean, there's like, a lot of the characters' powers are like, come on, they could have done this, they could have done that. But I don't think that's the focus of the show. I think it's more the broad ideas and stuff, but they still drive me nuts.
I think, by the way, the whole training montage, I think it was mocking most montages. Where it's, he's doing all of this stuff, and it was one day. Look at most movies where it's training montages that supposedly take place over, like, a weekend. Like, Rocky is training for a boxing match that's, like, 2 weeks away. And somehow, in 2 weeks... he becomes super strong and super full of endurance and all. It's one of those kind of things like, no, that's kind of bullshit.
Yeah, well, that's always like I think South Park did that too. It's like, what we need is a sports montage. And don't you know, you just put a bunch of images and music and suddenly you're ready. It only takes like 5 minutes.
And that's kind of what it is, And I think that's what this was. We're going to have him doing these absurdly stupid things that for some reason would somehow teach him. But we're not going to give any explanation why. Well, because honestly, rewatch the Rocky montages. What are they doing? They're running. They're boxing things. But they're not saying, what is this actually doing? Okay, him doing this, it's to what? Strengthen your arm? Give you, what, more dexterity when you punch? What exactly is it
That's
for?
something I liked a little bit in, I kind of liked in $1 Million Baby, is that they, you did see him actually teaching her, no, when you hit the bag, you have to do like this gives more force here, the knuckles here, that's going to make it harder, but, it's like, he's actually showing, the strategy behind it, but in the Rocky movies, it's like, hit it harder!
I didn't think you were supposed to hit with your knuckles.
I pulled that out of my ass, I can't remember what.
Because I thought it was with the flat of your hand.
I pulled that out of my ass. I have no idea what he said. I just know he said something.
I never saw it. I saw $100 Baby. That was a great episode. It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Great show.
That's a great title of the episode. That is a great show, by the way. You should check it out.
But no, so the montage, that's what I kind of took it as. It was poking fun at all the other training montages out there. And then he's just like, oh yeah, you'll be this way if you keep doing this every day for 10 years and get a robot. It's like, yeah, that's kind of what it is.
Yeah, and what I like is that, like I said, I don't think he's actually gotten anything out of that. He didn't appear better at all, and he didn't teach him a thing.
What about now? Again.
Yeah,
which I find really funny, though, considering last episode he was just like... And he was like, awesome. Now all of a sudden he's kind of like, nah.
Well, I think it's probably one of those things like compared to him, Rattleballs. He's probably better.
Rattleballs?
You know what he was called?
Oh my god, you already forgot his name?
I forgot. I remember James. Rattleballs.
Rattleballs.
Something with an R that has 2 syllables followed by balls.
I can't.
It's not that funny.
Yeah, it is. We were just saying his name like 2 minutes ago.
Well, I remember James. That's what's most important.
Rumbleballs.
So, any final thoughts about, rapping balls?
Now it's not funny. Because now I know you're just, coming up with this stuff just to, be funny.
Well,
Rumbleballs, you were just,
unless it's all
completely
part
off.
of my plan to make it look like I made up Rumble to... You're right, I'm talking about my ass. And I have no idea what the strategy in $1 Million Baby was either.
It didn't, didn't, she, get beaten up or something by a bunch of thugs and then...
That's Karate Kid!
Oh. Wasn't she beaten up and cried?
That's the next Karate Kid!
That Karate Kid Part 4.
Yeah, no, there is.
Yeah.
It's awful.
So was Part 3. Oh, wait, so was Part 2. Oh, wait, so was Part 1. Except for his Halloween costume.
That wasn't awesome.
I did like his costume.
I like the first film, by the way. Go after him.
What was so good about Karate Kid? Oh, he's gone. Sweet. No, I can still see your butt. Move it. That's a bit better, I guess.
Rumble balls!